Howdy, and welcome to The Lunch Table, a podcast where we believe every fairy is actually kind of naughty, and that's why they wear skirts with no underwear. What?
I love skirts.
I know. Them naughty, naughty little fairies. Men and women. We don't discriminate.
Why do you spoil it? We had something going there.
Just like milk.
I had something going there.
And I'm happy
and you burned it real quick.
I'm happy I spoiled it, Drew.
It's 3 feet away from you.
And my man Kitten Semis. That's right. My right-hand man, Mr. Google himself, Drew. He's my little marshmallow muff. Lots-a-lizer!
Lots-a-lizer? Lots-a-lizer?
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your last name?
You say it every day.
Oh.
You say it every podcast.
Lutzehizer! Was that it?
I was on the phone with the insurance company today.
Lotsenizer!
I was on the phone with the insurance company today, and I told them, they said, please say your first and last name. I said, Drew Lotsenizer. And the guy still fucked it up. I pronounced it for you.
I wrote it out and pronounced it. And the guy who can't pronounce his best friend's last name. That's right, your host with the most.
Times he stuck the Q-tip in a little too far and lost something. Your mom's a perfume. That's what you want.
It feels good. Once you get past a hurt, Drew, it's nothing but pleasure.
Losing your mom's approval is pleasure.
Wonderful. I like it. I also lost my religion.
Losing my religion.
Carl Jones! I know my last name.
Yawns.
Yawns.
Carl Yawns.
Yawns. Yes, you ready?
Yes.
Let's get into
Yeah.
Can it be racist, Drew, if it's our own skin color?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Well.
So a majority of rednecks are white.
Right, I agree.
If you're going to poke fun at rednecks, I mean, that is another region of white people.
Well, that's what
you're
I'm
being
saying.
Racist against
my own people.
Hillbillies.
My own
Rednecks.
people, I guess.
What's the corrective term here? Hillbillies, rednecks,
blue collar.
We're close there. Okay.
That's a nice way of saying it. He's a very blue collared man.
Yeah.
You know, I would have to say incest. Is the proper term.
Incestable, like a Lunchable. But
Incestable. There's a little bite-sized incest in every county.
that's something we could do for another episode. You pick out the most inbred counties.
Dude, that's yes. Yes. Actually, I saw something where they were explaining how the word Neanderthal used to be really like it used to be a diss. Like,
yeah,
Neanderthal and hurtful until they found out like 3% of or what is it? Everybody in Europe is like 3% Neanderthal.
Yeah.
And there's 0% in Africa. And then all of a sudden now they're talking about how they must have been smart. They did paintings.
Yeah.
They were smart people now. That's not an insult. Oh, were them? Oh, never mind.
I think they're okay now.
Yeah. They all of a sudden they got smart. You can see the jump right here.
So I was told to tell you a couple gym stories.
Okay, before we get into those gym stories and I get mad.
Yeah.
I know what she wanted to tell me last week. Remember when we were sitting here like, what? We were driving. Okay, well, like lately I've had bad karma.
Okay, I've had pretty bad karma too.
I don't know what it is. I must have insulted the wrong person on our show and put it out there. Maybe it's the freaking old lady I kicked. I don't know. It could be many little things just going on, right?
That's too much glitter at life.
But no matter what I do, where I park, how I drive, my car gets shit on by birds. Every day. Like, dude, I've watched it like 3 days in a row. Got shit on. Every time I'm done washing, it just gets pooed on. And it's not just getting pooed on. It's like the windshield, my freaking handle, her handle. Like, dude, it's like they know they hate my car and they're pooping in like the worst places possible, right? And like the other day I cleaned it, and this is how bad it is. We were literally driving. I'm driving, I'm talking to her, being ADD and whatnot.
Yeah, just like a Beamer driver now.
Just like a Beamer driver being a dick, right? And all of a sudden I hear thud, thud, thud. I look, 3 huge drops of poo. Right? Like, as I'm driving, like they sniped me moving. What can I do? Dun, dun, dun. Like, it interrupted our speech. That's how loud it was. Like, what was that?
Were they big ones?
Yeah. And they had a little bit of gray on them. That's how fresh it comes out like kind of white than the gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the dude steaming hot.
She was like, what color is his car?
Dude, I swear to God, it's like, it's never happened before.
Yeah.
I've never ever had such a problem with birds pooping all over my vehicle.
Well, it's because you're washing it.
I always wash it and wax it.
You're taking care of it, so now it's happening. Okay, let me tell you a fun story. I got a new hose. This is how boring my life is.
That's gay.
I got a new hose.
That's gay.
And I wanted to test
I don't want to hear about your hose, Drew.
So I wanted to test it. I turned on the water, and Morgan's car was sitting there. I literally sprayed it for 5-10 seconds.
Yeah.
I only sprayed the left side of her car. I just sprayed it. And it was a pretty sunny day. It dried out pretty quickly. I put my hose away. We'll wake up the next morning. There is like 10 things of bird shit on her car. Guess which side?
So is it like they just see shiny things and like, I have to poop on it?
Yeah.
Why? Why is it the shiny stuff?
Why do they take
on?
shiny things?
Yeah, but you're pooping on the shiny thing. Why would you then
well,
take
they can't
it?
pick that up and take it with them, so they have to defecate on it.
The show. I found it.
The secrets of the universe.
One time I was watching, Planet Earth, well, after vitamins, and they were talking about how birds poo when they see reflections because of water. But like, you're just telling me that birds for years wouldn't shit on land. They're just like, you know what? The most proper place is right in water. No.
Where do humans shit?
Wherever they want, just like a bird would.
Most of the time in water.
Well, we do that for the smell. But if we lived outside...
Maybe they do it for the
wouldn't.
smell.
How many times you pooped in a bucket? Yeah. How many times have you pooped out in the woods?
A couple times.
Right. We poop wherever we want. When we're inside, we're polite and we know it spreads disease and it would smell.
Yeah.
So we poo in a toilet with water. Porcelain, out of all things. Like,
it's easy to clean.
Yeah, I guess.
Smooth,
yeah. Easy to clean.
Yeah.
It can take a beating, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how strong porcelain is.
So, on to the gym stories here. You ready to get mad?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Ruin my day.
2 of them include my ass.
Oh, my God. That sounds hot.
So, there was a young kid at the gym who had a very piercing gaze. As so she said.
Oh, so you didn't see it?
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. I got you.
Okay. No. I just don't want you roughing up somebody just on word.
Oh, he was young, too. I would have catch major charges.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so he's gawking.
So this kid is just sitting there looking at her as he's walking past, not giving me any attention. Fuck him. So we're doing one machine.
Does he not know a stud muffin when he sees one?
Must not, man. Maybe he thinks he could take me.
Oh, dude,
not
way.
After this, though.
No way.
Not after this, though.
I can't take you anymore. Another only couple weeks at the gym.
So we were doing one machine, and she was actually doing it, and I was sitting off watching her. And this dude goes right in front of her at a different machine, I want to say maybe 6-7 feet away. Not much. And they are looking right at each other. And she looks at me and goes, that dude is like scaring me with his look.
Yeah.
He's looking at me.
You listen, guys? You listen, guys? This is what happens when you don't say something you got. Pay attention.
So I realized that. And while this dude is in the middle of a set, he's doing bench, I stand between him and Sharon. And I just so happened to take a couple steps back, and he's not realizing it. As soon as he finishes his set, he gets my whole ass right in his face.
Oh my! So like as he's sitting up from the bench, does he hit it?
It was pretty close. I mean, I can't really look back there, but
All right, you had to act like you didn't notice.
yeah.
Right. Oh,
I had to be like, oh, you're sorry.
Sorry. Oops. Didn't mean to give you pink eye.
It was pretty close that like this dude and I almost had knee to knee contact. I was almost over him.
You had to look like this as you were backing up.
He left shortly.
Did he gawk at you after
I
that?
didn't know he was gone until I looked up. He didn't look at me.
I would've left after that.
We haven't seen him since. We've been there twice. This was on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The other one also has to do with my ass. We were doing a machine that we don't typically do today.
Yeah.
And it's one where you like lay on your chest and pull up, kind of do like a row almost. Yeah. And Sharon was off doing another machine, and there was this dude behind us that was, he's being your typical gym douche. He was like wearing a cutoff.
Yeah.
And doing like deadlifts and cleans, shit like that.
Yeah, cool stuff. Yeah.
And like he turned around and was taking a break and was sitting there, and like I did this one lift and let out a fart. And I put it down and I lifted again and let out another fart. It was a stream. I tooted every single number of my
Was it
20
loud?
set. He had headphones in. I noticed.
What did you eat?
I have no clue. Protein.
That's how you know your body's getting healthy. It's just pushing
Spelling
out
the bad shit.
Why has your karma been bad?
Yeah.
Oh wait, did he notice the smell?
A little bit, yeah.
He did?
Oh, now I don't know if you noticed the smell. I GTFO'd. That dude is one dude that I was like, I probably don't want to fight him.
You baked him in it and left. Dude, that's your bad karma.
Hey, I validated it. Maybe that dude was looking at Sharon too, and I'm doing my due diligence.
All right, I'm pre-spraying. What are you, like a skunk?
Maybe.
You're like a skunk, or you?
I didn't fart on the young kid. I could have caught charges for that.
That's true. You would have killed that poor kid.
Oh yeah, dude. I was right there.
He didn't know. He didn't know.
So my bad karma, I don't particularly know what I did either.
Okay. Maybe are we becoming such assholes that we just don't notice that we're assholes anymore?
So my normal life has just gotten really busy.
Okay.
Going to the gym has made it like super busy now.
Yep.
And like even today I was like I kind of want to cancel and do it another time when I find time, just because like I have shit to do.
Yep.
My big thing that happened right now is Morgan's car.
Oh.
It took a giant shit.
Yeah. You were talking about that earlier in the week.
So
did you ever? You did get a new one, right?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm sorry.
About the middle of the week, she drove to work. She was having some problems. A whole bunch of like check engine lights were popping on.
Okay.
And she messages me, and I told her that crucial fact: when you have a check engine light, I need to know.
Yeah.
Don't let it sit on for days on end. Tell me the moment it happens, and I can do something about it.
Right, because they're idiot lights, because usually when they come on, it's already too low and you should have been checking it.
Right. So I was at a buddy's house, and we were testing to see what I could drink and what I couldn't drink. So I was getting a little toasty.
What do you mean what you can drink and what you couldn't drink?
different alcohols and stuff like that.
What? I'm surprised. What alcohol could you not drink?
Maybe some experimental shit. Doesn't matter. I was feeling it. So I went to go to see Morgan get off work. She said that she wanted to have somebody drive behind her in case something bad happened.
Understandable.
Yeah. So my buddy had a reader that would allow us to figure out what the check engine light was. I came up with an even more redneck solution. If you pop the battery off, the check engine light goes away.
Yeah, but that doesn't solve it.
Right. You're right. It made her feel better.
But it doesn't solve it.
You're right.
Why didn't you check to see what it was?
We did.
What was it?
It was coolant. So I pull the battery off, and the check engine light goes away, and she feels a little better, and we start driving. We make it about halfway home. Mind you, it is pissing down rain. It is night, middle of the night. And I'm just like, get it home. I have a garage. I can look at it. I can have light. I can see what's going on more than a parking lot in the middle of the night while it's raining. I'm already kind of pissed, kind of a little drunk, and I just want it home. We make it halfway. She pulls off to the side of the road and calls me and says, the lights are back on and her car is smoking. And I'm like, oh no, okay, it probably is coolant. So I have her go a little bit further into a church parking lot.
Yeah.
Pop the hood, see if I can do something real quick. I can't. I say, get in the car, we're going to go to Sheets. Go to Sheets, grab some coolant, go back, start putting in the coolant. And I'm like, man, this level isn't raising any. So I look down, and all the coolant I'm putting in is falling on the ground. I'm like, okay, there's a major leak.
Yeah.
This is out of my jurisdiction. I need to take it somewhere.
Yeah.
Luckily, my mechanic was like a mile, 2 miles down the road. I said, I don't care if you have check engine lights. I don't care if your car is smoking. Get it to this place.
Okay.
If it's running, get it to this place. I was like, I will push it the last
You're
mile
not
if I
scared
have
of
to.
like it overheating, a piston or something shoot out?
Thank you. So the mechanic calls me after, and I said, I need an inspection, and I need this coolant problem fixed.
Yeah.
So they say, okay, we'll fix this for the inspection, get you the inspection, and then we'll take care of this coolant problem. We think it's the return underneath. And so they have it for like 2 days. They call me back, and they say, I have good news and bad news.
Ooh.
Good news is your car's inspected. Bad news is we fixed the thing, the return pipe, and when we took it on a road test, it blew up its engine.
Well, then how was the car inspected?
It was inspected before it blew it up.
Okay. That sounds kind of shoddy, but
So
all
they're
right.
like,
Give me the money back for the inspection.
your car will not run, and we've already done the work. I was like, you know what? You're right. I just have to pay it and, try and see if we can fix it. They said, we priced out a new motor for you. It's $2,400. I said, all right, hold that. I'm going to do some looking around. I told one of the guys at work that the problem that I was having, maybe this is my good karma coming through. He's like, hey, my mechanic that I'm going to later today has a car around that price range. We can, kind of help it out. So she's getting a new car. New to her.
I thought she already got it.
That's tomorrow.
Okay. It's a big one, ain't it?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
I'm kind of scared, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like girls in big cars, and here's why. I don't like guys in big cars. They already get this complex where they feel tougher than everyone because they're sitting higher. And when ladies get that, sometimes it's really dangerous. Sometimes doing makeup and they're like, screw you, I'll run you over. So guys do that too. But
I feel a little more safe, and the insurance company agrees that she's probably safer in that. But my insurance did go up because of the massive amount
If you're in something that you can't drive as well, are you safer?
They don't know she can't drive it as well. They're just thinking now if she hits something, that there's going to be more damage.
Well, that's true. They're like, oh, more weight? You'll take more shit out.
It's like twice as heavy as her old car.
Oh, not good.
But the guy who we're buying it off of is going to buy her old car. So that saves a little.
Yeah, and he'll fix it up real quick. He probably has an engine he can swap out now out of a car he doesn't want to do work with.
Right.
And then hurry up and make some money.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all, Drew.
Nah. We're trying.
So.
We're having a barbecue coming up, too.
A barbecue?
Don't forget about that.
Oh, my God, dude. I got so much
barbecue.
shit.
Yeah.
So much shit
That's a Sunday when you're off of work.
Now I don't have an excuse.
I know. And
Why
I
you
already
gotta
told
do
her,
this?
and she said yes.
Why?
She said she put it on the calendar.
Oh, my God. I think she
It's
did.
etched in stone.
You know what, dude? And I did the calendar. Like, I noticed this week that the calendar wasn't done, so I erased it and wrote all the numbers and stuff. Made it look pretty, and she had to go and make plans right on my calendar.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't like that. Dude. So,
Don't worry, dude. We're having burgers. I'm
okay,
cooking.
she said she was related to the Santiagos.
Sharon?
Yeah, she married into one of her cousins. So, but okay, this is how she explained it to me. She said, "Hey,
I had a Mexican in my blood."
No, my nieces or something, yada yada. Their name's Santiago, right?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I know Santiagos," and she's like, "In your family, that'd be cool." And I was like, "No,
No,
it
that wouldn't be.
no, it wouldn't." She's like, "Why?" I'm like,
Because
"Think about it.
We live in Appalachia.
Yeah, I thought about that. Wait, hold on.
If you're Santiago, and I'm Santiago, no, it would not be cool."
That's bad enough. I already know these Joneses.
Right. Although her mother gave me the greatest compliment.
Aw.
She said to her today, "Are you sure he's not mixed? He has some black features."
My TikTok has like, I watched one just because it was interesting, and now it's getting flooded with it.
Oh.
The black wife effect.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm seeing like these dudes that are real nerdy at the beginning, and then they get married to a black lady, and now they're balling.
Yeah, yeah. It's that was in a movie.
Yeah.
What the freak's the name of that movie? Curly-headed dude, Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, really?
Remember? Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
His brother
Yeah.
he talks to LaFwanda. I also thought that would be a funny Halloween costume.
That'd be good.
I love that movie so much.
But I keep looking at these TikToks, and I'm like, my dude is already like that.
I know. Dude, the other day we went to Youngstown.
Yeah.
By the way, it has changed in some good ways.
Good.
They're putting a little bit more money into it, and you can tell, and things are a little bit more upscale. Susie's, the old hot dog shop, is now a jazz bar.
Okay, that grew up with us. It used to be like a dive bar originally.
Yeah.
And then it became a place that was like really cool for college people.
Pretty cool for bands.
And now it's cool for us as adults.
Yeah. Yeah. Now dude, okay, we went down there. They had a huge music festival.
Yeah.
Really, it was at Penn City Brewing. Really nice brewery. We should, if you never went, we should go.
We should go.
Anyways, they had 5 stages, all local bands. Well, a guy invited me while I was cutting his hair.
Okay.
Because he was in one of the bands.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, we'll go see you. He comes in all the time, so might as well go support
it.
him. And it's free. He told me it was on Federal Street.
Yeah.
So where did I go?
Federal.
Federal. Thank you. Right? Like to the Federal. Like
Yeah, that is Federal Street.
he didn't tell me Penn City, which is all the way at the end. So we parked the car. I'm sitting there trying to remember if parking's free on the weekends or not in Youngstown. I can't remember. So I put a couple quarters in the thing anyways, just in case, because I had the quarters. Right? And as we get there, I got a white BMW. I had a white t-shirt on. My hair was done all nice. I just lined it up, so my ice picks were all real ice picky, right? They were real pointy. I had my Ante Tacumbos on, so my Jordans that were white and gold, You know, and I'm walking with a vitamin stick in my hand because it's legal there. And I got my black girlfriend on the side of me. And I'm walking down Youngstown going, I became what I wanted.
I fit.
I did it. I was like, I belong here. Oh, dude, they took away.
You fucking had the OJ effect. The glove fit.
The glove fit. It fitted.
Or repeat.
Did you see they took away? Oh, 100% did it. Did you see that they took away, what was that, Club 31 or whatever that was? Or something?
52.
Oh, Club 52.
Warehouse
52.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something with a number.
That used to be B-dubs, too.
And what was cool was, like, I was telling people, it's now a bistro.
Nice.
A very, very fancy
Yeah,
bistro.
it was a bistro, like, around that time.
And I'm sitting there looking at it, and it's real nice and fancy. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's hard for me to go in there knowing the shit I've done on those floors.
Yeah.
I know what that club was like.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
And now people are trying to act fancy in that same space. I don't know. That putting makeup on a pig a little bit. I can't go in there.
I don't know if that's the one where I did some bad stuff in the bathroom.
I think so. Dude,
Okay.
we never. Every time we went there, problems. That's why we always skipped it. O'Donnell's was ours, but O'Donnell's is closed now.
Right.
It's because the same person that owned Susie's owned O'Donnell's.
Our buddy, who's an amazing chef, had the house across the street.
Yeah,
He used to have a club down the road, man.
it's still open.
Damn.
He don't own it though. It says under something.
Yeah.
So he must have sold it.
Dude, I would go in there for the food. There was like sweet blue lights and like a sweet looking bar and everything.
Yeah, it
Like,
was all blue.
He did it up real nice. There were
Yeah.
VIP booths and everything like that.
Yeah.
I walked past those motherfuckers to get a shrimp po' boy.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know he had pole boys.
Yeah.
We should walk in there and see if they still have food.
No, they don't. He's in Cleveland now.
Did you hit him up?
Yeah.
Nice. When?
Like a year ago or something. I was gonna get him on the podcast.
Yeah, he said nah.
Yeah, he's got a whole wife and kids and everything.
Good for him.
Dude, then I wanted to invite him to the wedding too.
And he didn't come?
I haven't got there yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, because...
Could you imagine if Meat showed up?
Dude, I would blow up! It would be like Eric Little's wedding, where somehow I barely make it, which I was surprised they even invited me. And then there's all these people that I used to know. And I'm like, oh, I remember your face, but not your name. I remember your face and not your name.
I had another person from college hit me up. Joe Dixon. He was friends with Connor.
Yes.
Yeah. He messaged me on Snapchat the other day.
Yeah.
And said, hey man, I was just thinking about you and the antics that we had in college. He goes, did you know that you forced me to take my first shot ever? I was like,
That sounds like Drew.
I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm so sorry. I was bad influence. He goes, yeah, you bought me my first bottle of liquor. I was like, motherfucker.
That's you.
I was like, I did some bad things, but it was fun in the time.
You accepted it. You wanted it.
Yes, it did. I was big man.
No, him. Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Joe has to take some responsibilities because I'm a little scared that he's trying to blame you for his alcohol. Oh, I don't even know if he's an alcoholic. But it sounds like he started.
He had fun.
It sounds like it started that way.
He was an athlete, and I don't quite know how his athlete career went after he started hanging out with me.
No, God. Well, that's on him. Be dedicated. He was a track guy.
Yeah.
I remember him now. Yeah. Good dude.
Yeah.
Good dude. Good
Carl,
dude.
you want to know what we're doing this week?
No, because you said, Carl, you're going to have to put your thinking cap on today. And I said, I don't want to do that. I just want to make fun of people. Not have to think.
Too fucking bad.
What is it?
You wanted to do what?
Oh, am I the asshole?
I didn't want to do Am I the Asshole. I got something close.
Okay. I asked. I just said question mark, and you said, not a bad idea.
Right.
So I didn't know
So I
what
took
that
it and
meant.
extrapolated it. I went crazy.
Don't use those big words around me.
So there's also another subreddit of Reddit. Pretty fun one, man. I had fun looking these up.
Oh!
They're proofread too.
Oh!
Yeah, they're a little crazy here.
So it is still Reddit. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Ripping off Reddit.
And I'm going to read so you don't have to.
Yes! My life is perfect now.
So there is a subreddit and then a sub-subreddit of each of those.
Each of those.
Revenge stories.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Dude, that fits perfect. On the way here, I was watching a TikTok. People have probably seen it. You've probably seen it. Of a guy who is a driving instructor who makes it on the news. And he starts talking about how he got this career.
Flip through that part of the video.
Oh, well. Anyways, he talks about how he got the career. And he said, one day I was driving and someone cut me off and he gave me the bird as he did it. And I just recognized that person from TV. So I perfectly picked a job that I know I could become a professional at, so I could maybe schedule for the news so I could easily get to his muffins.
Do you know what the dome flip off is?
Yeah, where you turn on the light.
Yeah. Well, one of my friends in high school told me this story where he was driving to school and this car cut him off. So he sped out around him, cut him off, turned on the dome light, flipped him off, and turned it off. That was our principal that he dome flipped off.
You think he got in trouble?
Yeah.
Why? You cut me off. And how can I get in trouble at school over... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Before we dive into this,
Yeah.
did you see that they are thinking about banning TikTok? Well, actually, the government really wants to do it.
Yeah.
And I was reading into
They're
it.
so misinformed.
Who?
The government.
Oh, dude. Basically, the big thing from what I was reading is because it goes to China or wherever.
Right. Are you related to China? Have you been to the Chinese Communist Party or whatever? No, I'm from Singapore. We hate the Chinese.
Right. but now they are going to...
That was taken out of context. Don't cut that.
Right. They said, like, they're going to cancel it. And the earliest they could do it is January 2025. But... they will have an extension, even if it does get canceled. You can have an extension, and it will go till April. But also, TikTok's looking to bring a bunch of lawyers and sue our government for this. So, even if they do want to shut it down, it's still going to take probably multiple years before it ever happens.
Right.
Also, I thought...
tied up in litigation.
Yeah, I thought this is a really interesting concept. Should something be able to be sold here if they're not willing to share, basically, the information with our government? I don't see why. Kind of why not? I mean, it's...
Is that why we weren't allowed Kinder Surprise? Because the Kinder
yeah,
Company wouldn't tell the government what was
We're
in it.
not telling you what's in our ball. That's it. Banned. That's exactly it.
Dude, wouldn't it be hilarious if, like, it does get shut down and then that same company opens up, like, TalkTick?
Dude, that's exactly what I said. I was like, guys, because it was a big talk at the shop today, and I was like, even if it does happen, you realize you're just going to reopen under a different name, doing the same bullshit. The same bullshit.
Dude, I think a good name
but
would be like...
But the big part is, think about how many people would be out of jobs.
Yeah.
Like,
those
that's
content creators.
That's a huge... Well, and people who just sell their own products. Yeah. Look, TikTok it has a store, it has everything. It became a virtual market.
Oh my god, nobody would buy the Scrub Daddy anymore.
Yeah. Basically, all the info commercials are out, and it's TikTok. People said they hate them, but they can't stop watching.
Dude, one in every, like, 5 videos is an ad.
Yeah. Someone's ad or something. Yeah. So all those people and all the money would be gone.
Yeah.
So I don't really see it happening. And also, our government could get sued. Then we could lose all our money to some dude in Singapore.
Yeah.
All the taxpayer money, thank you. Because we don't like to talk about it.
The government's been sued quite a bit.
I know, it's awful.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's not... You shouldn't say that as we should get sued more.
All right, but going back to the story here.
Regurt.
There are some subreddits of this subreddit. There is... Petty Revenge. There is Nuclear Revenge.
Ooh.
There is Pro Revenge. And there is Blackhole Revenge.
Blackhole.
So it gets worse as it goes on.
Okay.
Petty, Pro, Nuclear, and Blackhole.
Petty's my favorite. I think we're big fans of Petty around here.
There used to be Supernova Revenge. but that got replaced with Blackhole Revenge.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm a historian.
I'm not. I don't know science, so I don't know what's stronger. I really know if that's the way it should go.
Supernova blows up, black hole sucks in.
Yeah, but
You know that.
which one's stronger? I don't know that.
All right, bud. So I'm going to show you the first one here, just as a little example. How this is going to go, I want you to guess what category this falls in.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. I want you to remember petty, pro, nuclear. Thank you. What's the last one?
Black hole.
Black hole.
Sun.
Okay.
Nuclear black hole. Then petty pro.
Some of these I may or may not tell you the headline.
Okay.
Like this one, I will. Dyed my hair blue so my boss would stop blaming me for hair in customers' food. I used to work at a sandwich shop. All the other employees were Indian women with very long black hair. Mine was sort of similar, I suppose. Medium length and brown. But every time a customer would complain about a long black hair in their food, my boss would immediately blame me without any hesitation or investigation, despite the fact that I was the only person who wore my hair up and netted. So one day I dyed my hair blue with the sole purpose of not being blamed for black hair in their food.
Okay.
You guessed it, it happened. And how huffy and annoyed my boss got when I said it couldn't be my hair because mine is blue was beyond amusing.
That's it?
Yeah. It's revenge.
I mean, kinda. Is it revenge?
Yes.
That's petty, first off. That's
Okay.
not, yeah. But I just don't see it as revenge. You really didn't get, like, he's not hurting anyway, and that's revenge. It's hurting
he
them.
can't freak out on
Well,
her
yeah,
again.
but you could have picked any hair color.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go in, I mean, unless you really want a blue, which is fine.
Right? That's why it was petty.
Yeah. I give it a 1 on the scale.
Okay.
Not good revenge.
Next story. This
Smart.
one's going to be for real.
Okay.
That one was petty.
Yeah. Are there repeats? More than one petty, more than
yeah.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made a dude get his nuts waxed on the first date after he lied to me.
Wow.
See, it's
now
very-
this is revenge.
It's very close to Am I the Asshole?
This,
very
wow. Okay.
When I was in my early 20s and online dating was just starting, I made a profile and said that I was not going to be into two things: smokers and people with kids. Just that. You could be anything else, and if there was chemistry, we would all be good. I meet this guy in the morning for a breakfast date, and we were hitting it off averagely. No sparks or red flags. The date goes for 2.5 hours. Breakfast was taking forever until we are splitting the bill, and he tells me he has a kid. I asked him if he read my profile to know that I was not interested in that, and he said, yes, I read that, but I knew that if you just spend some time with me, you'd see how great I was, and you'd be willing to see past that.
Okay, nothing wrong so far. I don't see anything hateful going on.
I was floored, as now he wasted 3 hours of my life
Oh, wow.
and was okay
Oh,
with being
jeez.
a liar.
Oh, my God. No, this is some fucking Karen.
That was unacceptable to me. I said, well, I don't want this date to end, but I have to go across to get my Brazilian done in an hour. Want to come with me and get one too? It's not that painful. I knew that was a lie. And I think it's attractive on a man to be clean there. No pressure, but I'm pretty busy the rest of the week, and this is my only free day.
Oh, my God. I would say no.
He was all about following me anywhere. I told the ladies that this was his first time and they should take everything, including the butt. He held my hand between a curtain and we both got them done at the same time. He screamed a lot, but was a champ and went through with it. I made him pay for his own and never called him again.
That's a cunt. So, because he wasted 3 hours, did he pay for the food bill?
No, they split it.
I don't... listen, he really didn't waste your time, but I get it. You didn't read my whole profile. Jeez, how much you hate children, dude?
What was this one?
This is nuclear.
Nuclear?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you at the very end.
Okay.
We'll go back through.
Okay.
Next one.
Are you going to remember my scores?
Well, I'm sure they'll change. I exposed an affair because it was affecting my sleep.
Oh, wait, what?
I exposed an affair
Because,
it was affecting my sleep.
well, okay. I would need less to do that, I guess.
So I'll start with understanding what I did wasn't exactly right, but I regret nothing. My upstairs neighbor was having an affair with a married man for about 4 months now. I wouldn't care, but because it was an affair, he comes over at odd hours of the night and they have sex very loudly, and I can hear it. And it wakes me up and prevents me from
You
sleeping.
hearing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I know it's an affair? He never spent the time at his car, and he never spent the night, and his car has a baby seat in there.
Nice.
Some backstory, I've had some issues with the upstairs neighbor prior to this. She would throw parties on Monday night. She gets home at 2 o'clock in the morning from work, pacing her condo and having very loud phone conversations. She's 40 years old, throwing parties with 20-year-olds and having affairs and living like a teenager. I tried to talk to her like a normal person about my concerns, but she doesn't care, and I had to get this association involved to stop the parties.
Oh my God. So
She
you're like,
narked.
it's not, no. This is fair. If I was a downstairs neighbor and first off, we're living together, there should be some mutual respect rules.
Yes.
If you're not willing to mutually respect me,
It's on.
it's on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's not a narc.
The last part of the sentence is, I hate her, period.
Oh, she grew to. I would hate her too if I sat you down and went like, "Hey, man, listen, the parties on Monday is just, especially this late. I got work. You're blaring everything." If you sat her down and was like, "Hey, listen, I don't care if you're having sex with a married man or whatever, but you're keeping me up at night and I need to go to work," and they don't respect that,
So I decided to learn more about this mystery man. I looked up the license plate, found an address, searched the address, and found a name. Took the name and did some social media stalking and found the man and his wife's profiles.
Nice.
I made a throwaway account, messaged the wife about the affair. I haven't seen him now for a few weeks, and I'm sleeping really nicely.
See, see, that's fair.
Yeah.
Without sleep, you'll go crazy
It's on.
and die.
Yeah.
So I don't care. It's on like Donkey Kong. That one is pro.
You're going to blow up a relationship?
Yeah, pro.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not Blackhole, I don't think. There's one text. It's not like she got too involved.
Right.
And it was going to happen anyway.
Right, it wasn't like there was a video taken.
Right. It's not like it was like you stole them.
All right, but next one here. So you want me to fire everyone at the Christmas party? Okay, then. Many years ago in the early 1980s, I worked for a company, and what I did was male molesting. M-A-I-L, molesting.
What? That's a word?
They did market research
What does that
surveys
mean?
in the mail, and were always
He
stopping-
fondles mail? Like, is he down in the mailroom just rubbing each envelope on his nipple? Just
Possibly.
I love the feel of paper.
The company was run by 3 older ladies who had started it in their kitchen. They were opinionated and had no care about anything but money. Part
Yeah.
of this included paying employees not by the hour, but by the survey, which was against labor rules as it never matched the basic hourly wage. This is important. Christmas came and we were planning our employee party when one of the owners called and told us that in order to avoid paying bonuses, we were to fire everyone at the party and then hire back the ones that we liked after the new year.
Oh my God.
That's dirty.
Dude, these are some nasty women. This is Scrooge.
Right.
This is Scrooge.
We, the other managers and I, talked about it, and then I called the Federal Bureau of Labor, who had been trying to get the
Thank the
information on the employee pay for several years, but had always been turned away. I had them come to the back door and let them into the file room and showed them the boxes.
Well, they can't. Okay. So if
They were
come up-
invited in.
No. I'm talking about the opposite. If you call the labor rules, like they can't do something to maybe see or you have to prove, they can just say no.
Yeah, they have to subpoena the stuff, and most of the time it's not worth it. Sometimes it's worth it. Like in this case, it is. So I showed them the boxes. Then I said I had things to do in the front and would be back later, and went to the front desk to finish paperwork I needed. Said paperwork, a blow up of Santa going down the chimney with Merry fucking Christmas typed across it. All the management resignations and the FedEx envelope that would hold our keys, and said paperwork. Labor guy finished what he needed to do. We locked up, sent the package, which was timed to arrive at their Christmas party, and walked away. The company ended up spending $250,000 in reimbursements and fines for the labor problem.
Wow. But that's it?
Yeah.
It seems like they would like a lot more money.
Yeah.
Because
I would guess that there's not a lot of people.
I'm assuming that, or like back then minimum wage wasn't that much.
Yeah.
So now
this is $250,000 for the 80s.
Well, okay. Much different story then. Dude, that's how do you run something and just screw people out of money? Like your own employees.
Right.
Just what kind of person do you have to be? Think about that. Like
Piece of shit.
Yeah, a narcissist almost.
Yeah.
A psychopath. Well, what's the definition of psychopath?
Isn't a sociopath the one that does things again and again and expects a different result?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know words or definitions. I just throw them out there and see how people react until I get the reaction I want.
A psychopath is a person affected by chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior.
Oh. Me.
Sometimes. Depends on if you Jack Daniels or not. So, Carl, Christmas party, labor board, where's it fall in?
Blackhole. You sunk their whole ship and got them fined. Blackhole.
Okay, next story here. They kicked out my sister-in-law when she came out, so I forced them to sell the same house. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
My sister-in-law came out when she was out as a trans woman when she was 18. My wonderful in-laws kicked her out of the house, and they told her to leave the house and threw her out at 8 p.m. with no money or any documents, and her father took away the keys from her, too. She had to walk 8 miles to get to our place. She was crying, and we took her in. This is horrible behavior, but my husband and I would have just cut them off if that was all they did. But they doubled down. They refused to hand over any documents, and my brother-in-law had to go over and barge into their house to get them. They also cleaned out all the money in a joint account. She had saved up around $8,000 working part-time through high school. They took the money and sold her car, which was in their name, and they were trying to ruin her life as much as possible. That's dickish.
That's
to do
petty.
to your child.
That's very petty.
Yeah.
I can understand if you don't agree with it and you go, hey, we have different beliefs, get out of my house. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying I agree with that. But at least I could understand that.
It's more civilized.
I could get my head around it.
Yeah.
To then, once she leaves, to totally financially destroy her.
Yeah.
And everything she owns and totally want to cripple her. That's above and beyond. That's like sadistic. You probably turned her into this.
Right.
Well, I shouldn't say that. But you probably, yeah. Dude,
So therein lies the
we're
problem.
lucky, Drew.
Now comes the revenge.
Okay.
My father-in-law is a small-time businessman, and his biggest account was supplying my employer. I had helped him to get the contract, and it was very lucrative for him. My employer was a family business, and they treated long-term employees more like family than employees.
That's good.
Really good. I was talking to my boss about what happened, and he told me that if I could find someone within 5% of the range of the price, that they would make a switch. My father-in-law offered really great rates. Say that 5 times fast. He was very good at his job, but he fucked up the contract because even though we always bought from him, we weren't obligated to buy from him, and we could switch suppliers at any time, but he got complacent and assumed that we wouldn't switch.
Even though he fucked you over.
This is the revenge.
That's what I'm saying.
She's playing nice right now.
I know. But he fucked him over, and
keep the veil.
he doesn't think that they're gonna. Come on, dude.
It took me 6 months of painful searching to find a supplier who could get to a price that we could replace him with. This was not a major part of my duties, and I put in way more hours than my regular job. I waited a month before informing my boss. See, the in-laws were planning to do major renovations on their house for a long time, and that involved tearing down a major portion of their house. I waited until the renovation work had truly started before informing my boss. We started to get supplies from the new supplier for the next month, and it crushed the father-in-law's business. It fucked up his unit economics, and he started to scramble to find new customers. They ended up having to sell the house that they kicked her out of to save the business, and they didn't get a good rate because it was half torn down when they sold it. My in-laws did try and get money from my brother-in-law, but he told them to fuck off. My father-in-law is a decent businessman, and he did crawl his way out of the hole they dug, but 8 years later, they still haven't bought a new house. Damn.
So they sold the ones that got a business, and they've been living out in an apartment or something?
Yeah, must be.
Well, that's what you do. You got and tasted your own medicine.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you had a lot more money than she did, or he, or whatever. Whichever way it was going, I don't know. Whichever way they feel, however they identify. You did that to that human being, and now you're just going to taste your own medicine. So, let me see. That's more than petty.
It's more than petty.
It's more than pro. You didn't take everything you had, but you took most of it. I'm going nuclear.
Nuclear. Mm-hmm. Nice.
And it's so simple because it's like he really wasn't involved. You know? Like, you would never guess it was him.
Happen.
Yeah. And your daughter or whatever couldn't make it happen.
Next one.
Okay.
My favorite teacher got wrongfully fired, so I get 3/4 of the staff arrested.
This is almost Blackhole-ish here. Okay. Let's hear it.
I'll start off by saying this happened to my sister and the actions taken were hers. My sister had always gotten along well with her teachers, and she formed a habit of actual friendships with them to the point where she still talks to her 5th grade teacher decades later.
Okay, there was some people that would do that in our school, and to be honest, there were some teachers that weren't bad.
Yeah.
But to have that level of friendship, I always found it weird.
Yeah.
I always found it, disturbing in a sense for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's a me thing, but...
have friends of your own.
Yeah.
Not people that you're in control of.
Yeah, and stuff that you're, have interest in.
Yeah.
Maybe they did have the same interest, but continue, I'm sorry.
This happened about 15 years ago. My sister was a student at Job Corps, a government-run, live-on-campus vocational training program, and she was studying hotel management. She got on extremely well with her hotel/motel management teacher. Better than pretty much every teacher that she had up to that point. One day the teacher goes to the dean's office, walks in on a paper shredding session. It turns out that there was some pretty major embezzling happening at the center, as in more than 60% of the funds for the center were being stolen. Remember, government-run business.
60% is being stolen.
Yes. The teacher was appalled and, despite some rather lucrative offers, refused to join in on the acts. Less than a week later, the teacher was fired for trumped-up reasons. This was especially bad given the teacher was only 2 years away from retiring and lost all of their retirement package.
Okay, wait. First, dick. Second, how does a student know this?
We'll get into it more. A little more. Needless to say, my sister was pissed. Now, knowing how things typically work and almost any report she tried to make would get swept under the rug, she decided to take things to another level. Over the next month or two, my sister managed to gather some basic evidence of the embezzling. Nothing concrete, but enough to warrant considerable investigations by the authorities. She took the little evidence that she was able to gather, along with the story of what happened to her teacher, and sent the info in an email to the Job Corps regional director. Now, like she said, she knew that the email would most likely be ignored or swept under the rug. The email was CC'd to every major person in the Job Corps chain of command, all the way up to the national director, as well as anybody even tangentially related to Job Corps in the upper echelons.
How do you know who that is?
People in the Department of Labor, and every member of Congress, as well as the U.S. President's office. All in all, there were 2,000 of these people on this email. Basically, not
only... How do you know that many email addresses? Where did he get them?
Hey, man.
How much Googling?
Revenge makes you do some crazy shit.
That is... Do you think she sent, like, all 2,000 at once? Or do you think she just kind of wrote it over?
Yeah.
And over and over and over and over.
You notepad that shit and throw it in. Basically, she not only sent the report, but she sent it in such a way that everyone who got it could also see everyone else who got it, and she sent it to way more people than it needed to be to ensure the issue couldn't get swept under the rug. 2 weeks later, after the investigation finished, never seen the government work so fast on anything that wasn't collecting taxes, only 5 or 6 staff members out of the 20-ish that worked in the center still had their jobs. At least 5 of the ones were fired, including the dean, and were facing major criminal charges, with the rest facing minor charges. I'm not sure of the exact figure of how much was stolen, but it was well into the 7 figures. The teacher got a very nice severance package post-investigation, her full retirement package, and did have to sign an NDA. Though she was not allowed to go back to her job, my sister was given her completion certificate despite not having finished the course.
Wow. Okay. Blackhole. That, like, the fact that you took time to remember.
You took down part of the government.
2,000. Well, she didn't hurt the government. She hurt people who were taking advantage of the government.
No, it was a government facility that was misappropriating the funds, and the government had to step in.
Yeah, I'm assuming...
So it was a small portion of the bottom government.
Yeah, government. Which the guy who's screwing it is probably... The one who came up with it is their accountant, probably. Yeah,
probably.
You know, so just some fucked up teacher.
I guess the dean was the biggest one.
Yeah. Oh, my God. How do you just... Can you imagine what that work must have been? Because if they're willing to do that, dude, they're pretty big dicks.
Right?
What else have they done?
Where you rank it, bud?
Blackhole. Oh, yeah, Blackhole.
Nice.
Blackhole son, dude. You ruined. Whoever got arrested when it comes to government money, you can diddle children, and you're only going to get, like, a couple years. But you mess with government money.
Yep.
You mess with government money, you are locked up.
All right, bud. I have 2 more here.
Okay.
Threaten my friend with revenge porn. I'll ruin your whole damn life.
So far petty.
My very good friend made some slightly dumb mistakes and sent some pictures to a person that she reasonably thought she could trust, but not knowing much more than his first name, his screen name, and roughly where he lived and the type of work he did.
Okay, so she sent nudes. Gotcha.
He is not in our country, but had indicated that he would be traveling for work to near us shortly and had made some plans to meet up.
Oh, this sounds like a scam.
And when she got back, that is when she got some red flags and backed out. The dude threatened to publish the pictures online. I am, incidentally, an attorney. So, after some searching, I gathered up any of the pictures he sent her of him so that they could possibly identify him. His online handle led me to a TikTok page, which led me to an Instagram page with his name on it. That led me to an LinkedIn page, which showed his place of work and matched the picture that had a branded polo he was wearing. Off more searches got me the email of the CEO, VP of HR, Operations Manager, and Public Relations Manager. I fired it off an email on behalf of my client of the screenshots of him threatening revenge porn, snippets of the conversation showing that username, while he sent the exact picture of him wearing the company branded apparel. Links to know it was him, along with pictures he sent of his motorcycle with the license plate showing. As further proof it is him, I included screenshots of him discussing a workplace incident that were time-stamped, along with pieces of dialogue discussing how he had sex with an ex at his place of work.
How did he get these?
And discussing plans to have sex with her in his office as well.
Oh my God.
I also included a picture he sent her showing his work laptop with his entire Outlook calendar, along with proprietary information, which he sent to say he was busy, along with other photos he took of his workplace with non-consenting employees. I further informed his employer that I will be forwarding all this information to local law enforcement, and since he had indicated that he would be traveling to the United States soon, I will forward this to the local offices of the FBI, and since my client is a U.S. citizen on U.S. soil, these threats are constituted as a federal crime. So that if they continue his employment and continue the plans to send him to the United States for work, I will ensure on behalf that my client that the federal law enforcement is waiting for him on arrival, which I will do as one of the assistant U.S. attorneys for this region. Since I have his license plate number, I know where he lives, and I will be contacting his local authorities tomorrow.
Damn. I guess don't, first off, if you're lucky enough to get some nudes, don't be sending them around. Don't be that person.
Yeah.
Don't be that person.
Yeah.
Do you remember
they spread like wildfire in our high school.
Yeah, it was like a flash drive or something.
Yeah.
And now you think about it, think about the charge that would have been if someone got that.
Mm-hmm. Each person in the picture is a count.
Oh my God, dude. That would have been crazy.
Yeah. Even to this day.
Now, that's why it's nice to know a lawyer. That's when a lawyer helps you out. And hopefully they fired him, or at least didn't let him go. Oh, God. Be smarter, people. Be smarter. What was that girl doing? First off, you send him nudes, then you're upset when he's like, yeah, I'm coming to America. You sent him nudes. If that's not an indication you want plowed, then what is? And he's willing to come to America for it? What's the red flag? I would say all the stuff he said to you before that was red flags.
All right, dude, let's go back through some of these and see if you can tell which one was which.
Petty. First one was petty.
I made a dude get his nuts waxed on the first date.
Pro.
That's a pro?
Yeah.
That's petty.
Really? That's only petty?
Yeah, only petty.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 2, I exposed an affair because it was affecting my sleep.
Pro.
Petty.
Still petty?
Still petty. So you want me to fire everyone at the Christmas party?
Nuke.
Pro. Just one more step up.
That was epic.
They kicked my sister out of her house, so I forced them to sell the same house.
Now, see, this one's going to be high ranking, but it should be no more than a pro.
It's a pro.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. Nuclear.
My favorite teacher gets wrongfully fired.
Nuclear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're catching on.
Threaten my friend with revenge porn, I'll ruin your whole damn life.
Black-hole.
Nuclear.
I thought you'd be smarter than just do them in category, but I guess not. And I should have known.
You know what that means, though?
What?
I didn't give you a black hole.
Oh, jeez.
You want to hear the black hole one?
Yeah, I do.
I signed my ex-boyfriend up for the Church of Scientology.
Oh, this is great. Oh, my God. I'm going to steal this one if I don't like somebody.
I saw that it was a funny trend to sign people up for random email lists and spam them, but I decided it was time to take it a step further because he really burnt me in the past. I went to the local church
I love
of
how
Scientology.
passive aggressive this is.
Oh, love it.
It's my favorite.
Went to the local Church of Scientology's website and saw that you could input a personal information to receive messages from the church. Since I had most of his information from our time being together, I filled it out under his name. I did this with a few more churches of Scientology as well. I thought that maybe this would be a minor inconvenience with a few puzzling, harmless emails, but it turned out to be so much worse. Recently, I saw that he posted on his Instagram that he was deleting all of his social media due to privacy reasons. At first, I didn't think much of it, but after a while, I started to wonder if there was a connection to what I had put on the Church of Scientology's website. So out of curiosity, I later decided to bite the bullet and DM him on Instagram in hopes that he hadn't deactivated his account. A few minutes later, he responded, saying that he needed a break from social media. Ultimately, he told me not to worry about it and that he was going to delete his Instagram, about 10,000 followers, later that night. I figured I was off the hook. A few weeks later, I was with a mutual friend of ours, and she updated me on his situation. Apparently, him and his family had been contacted by the Church of Scientology. Supposedly, they actually expressed interest. The mutual friend said that she hadn't seen him in a while, and none of his friends had seen or heard from him in over a month.
Well, he joined it.
She said that
my
it seemed
God.
like he was cutting everybody off on purpose.
Oh my! So they came, they talked to him, and he's like, "This is some good shit. This is some good shit."
I just received word that he's dropping out of school after the semester's end, and his family is moving to live with other church members. I know technically I signed him up for this, but I had no idea that it would get this bad.
The whole family.
The whole family.
The whole family.
He honestly deserved it after everything he did. I can't exactly state what caused me to do this, but just know it's pretty fucked up, and a friend of mine had to see a therapist. That's a black hole story.
Got him signed up to a cult. That's next level. But, dude, she didn't mean to do it. Are we sure? Are we sure it's black hole material? She didn't mean to do it?
That's the best one. Accidental revenge is great.
Oh. That's like signing someone up to be Mormon, and they keep knocking on the door, you know, and just one day you see them join. You're like, oh. I just can't believe the whole family.
The whole family.
I bet someone showed up with guns.
Oh, had to have.
Like, they just kept messaging them, like, you contacted us.
I want to be like Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Do you know Tom Cruise is part? Do you know who Danny Masterson is?
That's his whole family, too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Dude, everybody in Boy Meets World.
Yep.
And all their family.
Yeah.
Really, the only early kids that never joined was everyone from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, because
whatever his name is.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, he kept everyone away from it.
Yeah.
He protected them.
Yep.
He's such a good dude. Makes meth. He's a good dude.
CJ, I did a lot of talking. You want to take us home?
Do you mean talk about all our plugs?
Yeah.
No,
You
not
listen
really.
to it week after week.
No, Drew, you take us home. This is your
You listen
duty.
to it week. I've been talking
Drew,
for the
then
last
keep
half
talking.
hour.
Keep talking.
I'm getting hoarse.
Your mother's horse.
That's rude.
Make it real quick.
Come on.
Make it real quick.
We'll deuce it.
Oh my God. Okay.
You want me to get started? Then you can do the next ones.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, start it. Go ahead.
Okay. We're on Anchor,
Apple, Spotify,
and Google
YouTube.
Podcast.
Damn it, I want to say YouTube.
Google Podcast at
Google
the Lunch Table
Podcast.
PBJ.
At the Lunch Table PBJ.
It's probably how you're listening to us right now.
So if you are,
keep go ahead and doing that.
wonderful.
We're on YouTube at the Lunch Table PBJ and Rumble. That's probably how you're watching us right now.
And if you're doing that,
Keep go ahead and doing that. What's next?
the next is the fan page, the Munchies, if you would like to start a conversation. You can also reach us. We said Instagram, right? I don't know. You can reach us on
tanking it.
Instagram. Why?
We're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page, The Munchies.
See?
You're pretty close.
I said that was
You were
next.
pretty close.
I said that was next.
Yeah, you totally passed over Twitter and X at Lunch Table PBJ.
I don't use Twitter X.
That's how you can stay up to date on some of the
Who
stuff that we're
uses
doing.
Twitter X?
As well as take care of our polls. That's your favorite part of this.
Well, I love it when you take care of our polls.
You can also do our polls on Spotify and YouTube.
Oh my god. And everywhere else you can find polls at, like Pornhub. Can we upload
that
to
thing?
Pornhub?
That thing?
Dude, you can start your own page on there, and you can upload your own videos.
Would we have to have like weird titles? Like 2 guys get it on?
2 guys, 1 peanut butter jar.
We're on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts if that's a little too much for you. CJ takes care of those. He does a wonderful job.
Blah, blah, blah. Sometimes. Drew is actually the star in all those.
I do the talking.
You do talking, the main editing. When I cut, I always cut to you. You know, just pretty soon you're gonna be the good-looking one.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
I'm like Kevin James when he got a little sexy.
You're getting a glow up,
Yeah.
and I don't like it. I should be a good friend to support it, but fuck you.
I have high blood pressure and sleep apnea.
Dude, the other day, I might have sleep apnea. The other day, every time I tried to breathe, my nose would whistle. Because it was blocked.
Nice.
Just,
You got a bat in the cave.
dude, it was awful. I had a hard time sleeping.
Lastly, we're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be
PBJ.
one of those people that gives a little bit extra, that's the way to do it.
I love the people that give extra.
Yeah.
Every time you give extra, Drew grows an inch.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
The only place it counts.
The waistline.
Your feet.
My cankles.
Can you imagine 20-inch cankles?
CJ, take us home.
Oh, Drew, thanks for being you. Thanks for doing all the heavy lifting, reading, doing everything you need to do.
You're welcome.
We'll hurry this up because I know you got to go get more. Thank you for being here in person. I see you wiping your eyes because you're laughing. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you really enjoyed all the revenge stories. I hope they give you some ideas for maybe some revenge you might need.
Hell yeah.
Drew?
If you like this, let us know. We'll do more of it. There are more stories that we could do.
Drew. You got any advice for the people?
Yeah. Sometimes just do it. Revenge makes you feel better.
I have the opposite. Karma's a bitch. So, be kind to her.
Ooh, I nuke an entire employee, or I nuke an entire company, but a bird shits on my car.
Dude. Karma's real. And all those people got the karma coming to them. They were all evil people. We heard the stories.
Dude,
but to be fair, they're one-sided, and they can be right in it to make themselves look like the good person.
They had bad things happen to them.
Right. And they came back.
Yeah.
It's karma, baby.
Except the lady
It's a
signed her
sweet...
up for Scientology.
Listen. They handed you a poison apple, just like that witch from Snow White. And Revenge is putting a little caramel on it with the antidote. That's all it's doing, baby. And karma is what rottens the apple. All right.
Yeah.
Huh?
See ya.
My fingers smell. That's my gooch.